everyone, this is Lori Mabuhay. Today I am going to demonstrate to you what I did with a flow. So with my last um, video that I uploaded, I showed you how I created the email and a flow with it to send an email. Just so you know, I have received a tip that instead of creating this text template to send to more um, recipients, what you could actually do is just copy that and then you can cancel that and then paste it directly into that field where you have the email addresses. I'll show you, but here. So instead of pulling that resource, you could just paste the whole thing, the whole code, and not have to save that template. So that's a handy tip that I probably will use in my next flow that I'm going to build today. But just so you know, from that last video, I actually stopped right here. But I realized also that there was a prior flow that I did. You see this create new achievement record? Initially, I made a flow where there are um, three possible requirements that that can be triggering the achievement of the new record. It's either the member is certified, or the member completes a volunteer project, or the member lands a job. So for each of these, um, it should trigger a new achievement record. So I did that, and it was working okay. The trouble is, once I had it going, um, it wasn't specifying. There was no way for me to specify what achievement that was. So let's say I click the certified, and achievement will just be okay. It would be formed with these fields, the date and the record ID. But um, other than those, I had to go back. I had to open that achievement record. So I would check this, I save that, and then it automatically makes an achievement record. And then I have to go in to the achievement record to type the date, to type the achievement type, you know. So instead of doing that, I was thinking, um, if I check that and it makes that, I wanted to say certification, you know. And then once I get to the point that I will check the volunteer project, I wanted to create an achievement that says volunteer project. So I decided to deactivate this one. And then I created one for each: certification, volunteer, and landing a job. In any case, yeah, leave. So if you will see here, so I have one for the volunteer project and one for when the job is landed. Um, so I'm just gonna there was a flow that I made to congratulate, and that was the email flow that I demonstrated in the latest video that I uploaded. Um, so what I did, instead of creating a new achievement record for the newly certified member, I added that feature of creating a new record in this flow. Okay, so while I have these for the volunteer project and the job landed, I just use this to add that new achievement record. So here it is. As you know, you would just click on a new element to create a record. That's how I did it. And so now that I have this, just so you know, so it was the same trigger, right? The trigger was, it's either a record is created or updated, and then the member is certified, and the email address was a requirement. That's why it's here. And it was after save. That's because of the sending an email. So now, after the congratulations, another action will be to create that new record. So to to start that record, I pulled the date for the achievement. Um, so it's the date of the certification, whatever the value is of the certification date, that will be what was gonna populate that. And then of course the owner, which I was just basing it on the contact owner of the record that triggered. So these are from the triggered record, which are from the contact record. So the date that the contact was certified would populate the achievement date for this record of the achievement. Are you getting it? Are you following it? And this is the contact owner of the contact record. That will be the same owner of the achievement record. Now for the achievement type, I wanted it to be, because the contact was now certified, I wanted it to say it was certification. So if this was if the trigger was because the member got had completed the volunteer project, then this achievement type would be volunteer project. And if the member had landed a job and that triggered this flow, then I had the job landed for the value of this. And like I said, those I've created them in separate flows. So now this is fully on the certification. And to demonstrate that, um, so let's just say Fred Weasley, if you are a Harry Potter fan, let's just say that. So I just created this today actually, but I put up the sign update as it's retroactive. So back in the 2020, we've been creating data for this project. So I actually had created a flow that as soon as a new member signs up, within 7 days, the contact owner, should follow up with the new member to remind the member about study group. So this is another flow, and I don't think I made the video of that yet, but I'm sure you'll find a lot of videos about creating tasks. So it's mainly a task that I created, and it's easy. So just to demonstrate to you. So with this flow also, um, we have the validation rule that the certification verification email should be populated if I click on this, okay? Which is not part of the flow, but just so you see, if I click on this without that, it will hit a snag, supposedly. So, We'll do that, and we'll put the certification date. Let's say let's give it about 2 months to 3 months, maybe eight. Let's say 9/1 20 was certified. Oops, that's not the date. That's not the field. And it was for administrator. We'll save that, and now we have this achievement. And as you see, the certification is there. It copied also the date that I typed in, right? And that's how it works. I hope that gave you some idea, and I hope it will help you in your project.